Hi, hello. Wait, your browser has blocked your screen. Why? Hi. Sorry, chaotic beginning. It's been kind of that kind of day though, so I'm not incredibly surprised. Yeah. Hello, if you are just getting here, it's going to take me just a minute, because I'm plugging in a lamp. So, 1 second while I get going. But hello, if you're joining me, and what are you doing on these sprints? What do you plan on doing? I will be writing for these sprints, but if you are not writing, are you reading? What are you reading? If you are writing, what are you writing? All that good stuff. So I'm going to do a little bit of troubleshooting for like half a second, but I hope that lets you gives you time to let me know what you're doing and what you plan on doing. I also changed my background because I'm writing a winter scene right now, and I kind of just want the atmosphere for it. Like in my second book, it's no longer autumn, it's winter. So switching it up a little bit. And yeah, so just let me know how you're doing, and I'll be right there. I guess I'll also put up the hello intros. What's your sprint focus? So sorry, I will be on track in just a second. I'm gonna stop holding this cord though. I'm gonna plug my lamp in. So also, what are you drinking? I'm drinking coffee on a Sunday before work at 7 p.m. So I've made bad choices all day. I'm just gonna continue the vibes. I'd love to know what you're doing. Where does this lamp go? There we are. Sorry, I'm re-entering this again. Still troubleshooting. But I have gonna be reading Serpent in the Wings of Night. I've heard of that. I haven't read it yet. It's fantasy, right? Is it romantic fantasy, or just fantasy? I've seen it put in a couple different categories, so yeah. And then haven't decided what you're doing yet. That's okay. There's still time. Too much time, really. And then hi, Jade. How are you? I had my COVID vaccine booster. I'm in the UK feeling. Oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling good. I'm glad that you have tea, though. Oh, and reading Iron Flame. Okay, I'm guessing you enjoyed the first one then. I haven't read the first one, but I have heard that people who love it are just having like the best of times. So I hope the second one is living up to your expectations. Oh, okay. I did not know it was vampires. I thought it was dragons. Okay. I'm going to continue troubleshooting. I had no idea that was vampires. How did I not know that? I'm supposed to be a booktuber. All right. Reading Legends and Lattes. Is it your first read, or are you rereading it? Because I have wanted to be rereading that book like since I put it down. I hope you're enjoying it. Okay. I'm going to mute myself really quick so that I can fix this so that we can get back on track, because I also have to put my sprints back up. It's a whole thing. So half a second, going to mute. You might see a random human. That's my partner helping me. He's in IT. Okay, muting off. Sorry. I'm set up now. I'm really sorry, guys. Okay. I do have some books ready. Hood Feminism. Oh, I've heard good things about Hood Feminism, and the second Tristan Strong book. The name Tristan rings a bell. I don't hear it very often, but I don't know if I know what that book is. So tell me about it. First read. Ooh, you're in for a treat. But it definitely seems like it would have rereadability. It does. I mean, I haven't actually read it again yet, so I don't know that it does, but I've been thinking about it. Like, it has the potential to have rereadability. I probably shouldn't say that it does. I don't know how the foreshadowing is or anything. It just feels good. So I'm going to say it is rereadable because I want to feel good again. Speaking of, I should probably just get this out of the way before we start sprints. Especially if you're new here, you've never met me before, and then this is like your only hot take of me. I am a bit of a buzzkill today. I had like a genuinely just bad day. And I had some highs and I had some lows. Like I wasn't feeling good in the morning, and then I felt fine, so I was annoyed because I had canceled plans for a Hobbit party. I shit you not, they were going to watch all of the Lord of the Rings all day long and have Hobbit food, and people were dressing up, and I didn't get to go because I didn't feel well. And then like by 10:30 or 11, I was like, wait, why do I feel fine? Like I was actually annoyed that I felt well. So I went to a festival and I met some of my students there and I felt good again. And then I like kind of just realized I'm just not having a good day. Like nothing else happened. It just, everything felt extra terrible. I don't know. I think it's just I'm just kind of in a low mood. So I'm hoping that that doesn't affect these sprints. And I'm usually looking forward to them. And I'm hoping that like going into my writing and my book will help me feel better. But if I seem lower energy or like I'm going to cry, I call it the weeps, and sometimes I have them. So I might have a case of the weeps, and I don't know how that's going to go yet. But I want to try and just do this. I didn't want to cancel. It felt worse to cancel. So just bear with me, I suppose, or don't, because there's fantastic sprints everywhere right now. And you are more than welcome to go to more enjoyable people. But I am going to get sprint started soon. And I'm really glad that you guys are all here. I'll present my screen again. Let's see, where is it? Share screen. There we are. Come on back. Okay, so I figure since I didn't get to go to my Hobbit party, that I would do a 25-minute warm-up sprint in the Hobbit house, which is a Pomodoro timer that literally just has like a cozy fireplace. And I'm just excited to just do something Hobbit-esque, because like how many, and it's kind of near when Hobbit Day is, or like Bilbo Baggins' birthday. It was not fair. So I'll be doing that to kind of like in honor of the day I could have had. And then, yeah, so we'll do 25 minutes. And then my next sprint timer I have is 50 minutes. If that's too long for you, you're more than welcome to cut it in half for yourself and then join us again. However you want to do it. But it'll be 25 minutes on for these sprints, and then we'll do a 10-minute break and then go into 50-minute sprints. And I don't know how long I'm doing them for. I just hope I'm getting into a writing flow and it goes from there. Okay, let me read last comments here and then we can get started. Also, if you're just coming in, because I noticed a few more people hop on, would love to know what you plan on doing for these sprints. Morning. Oh, you look gorgeous. I thank you. That flustered response is all you're gonna get. I'm so sorry. And hello, good morning. Sending love. Hope you're okay. I think I'm okay. I think the weather changed in Japan, and so my body was upset about that, and then it got over it, and then I was upset about that. So thank you, though. That's really nice. Far over the thank you. Far over the misty mountain cold to dungeons deep in cavern. I'm not going to sing this. Caverns old. We must away ere break of day to seek the pale enchanted gold. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. This adds to the Hobbit atmosphere. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and get us started. If you want to get all nice and cozy, it's my 7 p.m., but I know it's a lot of your mornings. So good morning to a lot of you. Good evening to some. And let's go ahead and get this going. Also, if you are not able to hear the crackling fire, let me know. It is supposed to do it, but sometimes it doesn't. And I don't think I have enough energy to fix it. So let me know so that I can know that it's not working. Okay. Okay, that was the gong, I guess. Welcome back. Let me go ahead and get this fire out of the way here. How did it go for you? I had to do some rereading to kind of remember where I was. So I didn't get as many words as I wanted to get. If you're writing, how many pages, or no, if you're writing, how many words, if you're reading, how many pages, how'd you do? Is it a good part of your book that you're either reading or writing? Unless you decided to maybe pick up a TV show or anything like that. Yeah, how's it going? I'm going to set a 10-minute timer on my phone, and then I'm going to actually switch the sprints over away from Hobbits. So Hobbits were nice, but we're going to switch away from Hobbits to do a longer timer. Yeah, I did need that warm up though. So that was good. I was able to kind of reread some of the last things that I wrote. I can speak sometimes in English. Let's see. What did I get? How many words? Word count. I got 185 words, but that's okay. I was starting a new scene and I needed to kind of get my bearings anyway. So, let's see. What do we got here? I read 25 pages. Hey, that's great. How's it going? Are you liking it still? And then did some things, made some coffee, and read 4 pages. Nice. Love doing things, and definitely love drinking coffee. I needed to actually drink some of this, and I didn't, so. Nice. Okay. Cheyenne, hello. How are you doing? How is your fabulous guest? Guest? Is it a guest? Roommate? How is your roommate? Yeah. How's your roommate? How's Yumi? Yeah, I have to say, okay, if you are just coming in, or came in mid-sprint or before I mentioned this, so my background is snow right now because I'm writing a scene that takes place in the snow, and it actually really helped. Like, I kind of kept on looking over at the screen because I'm always afraid something terrible is going to happen. Yeah, it was helpful because I kept on being like, yeah, I'm in winter. Everything's fine. I'm in winter. I'm not in a room that's my partner's office. So it was very helpful. I wonder if I don't think any of my sprint timers are specifically winter themed, but I'm hoping I can find something kind of, I'll take these off so the glare isn't so bad. Something kind of cozy would be nice. Yeah. Okay. I legit just woke up. Good morning. Yumi is still asleep. Wake her up. I need my sprint partner. Yumi is also my editor. But we do sprints together, do some like critique partnery stuff. Very fun. But she just moved time zones, which is fantastic, except for she was within my time zone range. Like, it actually kind of worked out really nice, and now she's not. So that's unfortunate for me, very fortunate for everyone else. So I guess I'll get over it. Yumi, Cheyenne is here. Yes, Cheyenne is here. Hi, Cheyenne. And good morning. Let's see. Oh, I think that I'm actually what would be the midpoint in my story, but I think I'm going to be going back a few scenes to add some more details, because as I get going, I'm noticing like I'm at, let's see, what's my exact word count? I am at 35,000 words, and I am trying to hit the 50K words, but I'm at around the midpoint, and that's super not quite right because I'm not writing a 60K novel. If you are, that's fantastic, but I am not. So I'm a little like, I don't really want to move forward with more of the plot until I kind of get a little closer to where I want to be, because I know I could have added details, but I was just trying to get the story going. And now I'm getting to the point of where I think I can add little foreshadowing details, and the winter is helping. I would like it to be feel a little colder and stuff like that. So I think I'm actually going to be going back, which I know feels like I should just be progressing with words, but I'm not really in the mood to just like pump out a whole bunch of words. I kind of just want to immerse myself in the story. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah. Where does your book or story take place? If it's the book you're reading, where does it take place? Like, what's your atmosphere right now? What are your vibes as I look for a sprint timer? What kind of setting do you have? Can you tell what season it is? If you're writing a book, same question. But mine's a fantasy story, and the weather is a little different, so it can get a little tricky sometimes when I'm trying to imagine things. The weather is definitely a lot more subdued. It's actually kind of a spoiler, so I have to think about how to describe it. But yeah, my weather is a little subdued, but still goes through each season. So it can be kind of tricky explaining it. Let's see. Yumi was in my time zone. So don't know if it works out for me. My time zone and Yumi's time zones weren't exactly the same, so it might still work out for you, because my like morning was her noon, and my late night was like her. No, wait. Strike and reverse that. my morning was her noon. My noon was her evening. It just worked out like we could function correctly. I can't remember. I just know it always worked. And now it doesn't. But it might still work for you because we weren't in the exact same time zone. If you were in her time zone, it might still work. Because Cheyenne, I don't know if I'm well, obviously I'm sorry, I kind of already said that you guys live together. I shouldn't have said that, but it's too late. And you're just coming in, but I had a bad day, so you have to forgive me. Cheyenne and Yumi are currently in the same time zone, and Cheyenne and Yumi talk all the time, so it might still work out for you, Captain. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Where's your story take place? Please let me find a timer. Let's see. I guess I just start playing. I'll share my screen, so if you see one where you're like, ooh, absolutely that, let me know, because I don't have a very strong preference as long as it's not like heavy summertime, because my midpoint of my story, there's very summertime vibes, but I'm not writing in there right now. Let's see. Okay. Off of full screen. We just did Hobbit. This one's nice, very autumnal. I think it's like soft music and rain sounds. It is only 25 minutes though, and I'm kind of looking for a 50-minute one. This is rain, subdued. There's a wolf. Turn the volume down a little bit though. This is nice, but I don't know. It's too happy. I'm not happy. I don't want that. Nighttime works for me. Don't know if it's too confusing for other people. I do love this one. It's such a nice vibe. I really do like that one. That one's a contender for me. Mountain Sunset is what I'll call that. And then this is my absolute favorite one. So I'm always a sucker for this one. You can always get me to do this one. It's literally Kiki reading a book, which is nice for the people who are reading books right now. And like the little shimmering stars and everything moves. And sometimes Gigi blinks. There's this one, which is nice and wintry, but it's also kind of, I don't know, boring. And it doesn't have any music. Someone complained last time that, well, they didn't complain. Someone last time said that they prefer no music. So this one's completely silent, which might appeal to some people. Okay. We have only 2 minutes left. If you saw any that appeal to you, let me know. Otherwise, I'll probably just go with Kiki because she's an easy choice for me. Let me catch up on comments. Oh, Hood Feminism. Hood Feminism is mostly about America and Tristan. Strong takes place in America and a pocket universe, but haven't started it yet, so don't know the season. Got it. And yeah, America's a pretty big place. There's a lot going on there in different areas, so I get you. Just sent you one. Oh, a timer. You sent me a timer. I'm not on my computer, so I don't know what this is. Right now, it currently looks like you sent me a TikTok, so hold on. I might have to double check that. It's on your phone. Got it. Okay. But putting the focus on hood feminism for my readathon, need to finish that prompt. Ah, gotcha. That's the thing about readathons. It really does kind of dictate where you go, which can be very fun if you don't know where to go. Let's see. What did you send me? What is this? Is this just people drinking coffee, having fun? I'll look at this later. Okay. Oh, and that's the timer. Okay. So, no one mentioned a preference, so I'm going to go ahead and chill out with Kiki. Also, what am I thinking? My cup that I'm currently drinking out of is literally Kiki's delivery service. Like, it's the cup from the movie with Gigi on it. Like, of course I'm doing this one. Sorry, I'm really not in my right mind. Okay, let's see. Full screen. Cannot complain even in the slightest. I made the prompts. Having run a readathon where I made the prompts, I complain constantly about such things. I'm always like, wow, this prompt is really annoying right now because it's making me have to do this, or it's really difficult to do. And it'll be my prompts that I made. Like, I did a Draconathon dragon prompt one where we had to read from different cultures, which was super fun. But I chose all of the dragons were from really interesting cultures, but I had to find dragon books specifically from authors from that culture. And I was like, it was fun once I found the books, but it took some time, and it was hard to do. They were all really good books, though. I love dragon books. I'm an easy sell on dragon books. GG, yes, great. Fixed it. Fixed sending me whatever you sent me before. That's fantastic. Thank you, Cheyenne. Okay. I'm going to get these sprints started. This is what is it? It's a 50-minute sprint. So we're in it for the long haul. Go ahead and get reading if you're reading, writing if you're writing. And when 50 minutes is up, I'll check in with you guys again. I did one prompt that was nonfiction for the team. Nonfiction is great. I love nonfiction prompts and queer prompts. I always want a queer prompt in my book, in my readathons too. Okay, done rambling. Getting into the sprints. See you guys in 50 minutes. Okay, we're back. 50 minutes is up. How we doing? How did it go? Let's see here. Let's turn that part down, but I'll keep the timer going and try and make myself bigger. I mean, you know, not massive, but okay, there we go. Yes. How did it go? Oh, I can see less. How startling. How did it go for me? Let's see. It felt like I was in a really good workflow. Like I felt like I wrote a lot, but sometimes if a scene is really going well, I'll think I wrote a lot and then it's just like, oh no, there's not a lot there. But you know, substance. Where's the bow? Ah, there we are. Okay. Oh no, I wrote this part too. Ooh. Okay, this is feeling good. Like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but it felt like a very good sprint. So, tools, word count. What? It literally, as I was highlighting, I was like, oh, this is nice. This looks great. And then I kept going. It looked good. And I'm like, oh, 552 words, which is good. That's a good amount, but it looked like 800, but that's fine. Okay, so I got 552. I'm actually currently I'm marking my word count in a spreadsheet. I moved things over to a spreadsheet just because I don't know a lot of information. I don't want to spread misinformation, but there's a lot going on the NaNoWriMo website, specifically with the forums, and they put out a notice so you can look into it more if you want. But it was a little, I mean, by a little, I mean kind of a lot. From what I was reading, it was really alarming, and I felt like they weren't dealing with it for what the subject was very well. Like, it wasn't very tactful. It was a very kind of defensive statement that didn't really seem like they were making this situation that it was a priority. So I was like, I'll just stick off of NaNoWriMo for the rest of this go around. And if things end up being cleared up, if things end up getting better, I'll come back to them next year. If they continue how they're going, I just, I don't want to heavily promote them. So I have to put it in a spreadsheet, which I am not. My brain, not a spreadsheet brain, but I'm trying. 552. Okay. How did we do? Sorry, let me catch up on these messages. Let's see. Sorry, I also don't have my glasses on anymore, but I had them on, so I'm not used to being not able to see. I did one prompt that was nonfiction for the team I'm in. Oh, yeah, okay, I read this last time. But I didn't see this one. I got a queer prompt and a queer team. Nice. Team queer. I read 41 pages. Nice. Really loving Serpent and the Wings of Night. That's great. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I think I need to pick that up. I looked it up a little bit during the beginning of the last sprint just because I had typed it in already. And it sounds really interesting. I think I thought it was something completely different, which is weird because I watch a lot of booktube videos and it's come up. I've seen the cover, but I had a very different vibe for what it was. So yeah, I might give it a look-see. I'm glad you're enjoying it though. Read some, don't know how much. That's okay. You don't have to know how much. I only need to know how much I'm doing because I'm trying to keep track only this month. The team name is Penguin, the god and devil for the queer team. Nice. Team Penguin. Got it. Very cool. I probably, let's see, what time is it? It's 8:46. I probably will make the next sprint my last sprint. I know it's a little shorter than usual, but it is a Sunday, and I do have work tomorrow. I wake up around 6, sometimes 5:30 on accident, 6 o'clock. But yeah, I'll probably make the next sprint the last one. I know it's a little shorter, but just a forewarning in case people want to find new sprints after this. I appreciated you coming though. Yeah, so we'll take another 5 minutes for this break and then go into the next round of sprints, which will be the final round. Let's see. Oh, I didn't do this either. Man. I still need to add timestamps to all of these sprints live shows I've been doing, but I'm going to not have fun going back through this one just because I usually put these up for people to, oh, hello, there's a line. I put this up for people to be able to know if they're just coming in mid-sprint, but I also do it for me. So when I'm doing my timestamps later, I can easily just see in like the thumbnail as I go along what's happening in this sprint timer, but not this time around. I'm just gonna be wild and free. Okay. I combine my obsession with Inazuma 11 to name the teams after the moves. Okay. Your readathon seems like it combines like quite a few different elements. Your Discord is always so interesting because there's so many different things going on. That's really cool. Like, I can tell you put a lot of work into it. And if you didn't put a lot of work into it, don't tell me because you have me fooled. So yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, you can tell like you have heavy interest that you wanted to share, and it like, or you wanted to connect with people that shared those interests. And I think it came out really nicely from what I've seen. So nice job. Congratulations on all of that. It also kind of makes me want to do readathons again. I really love doing readathons. I just get so burnt out after a point. And when I was doing Draconathon, my dragon readathon, I was doing like, we did them in kind of close order to each other. Like, I think I would be better at just once a year, instead of, I was starting to do seasonal and we were always planning for the next one, and it got me tired. It's hard work doing a readathon, but it was also really fun. And I love doing other people's readathons too. Yeah. I'm getting readathon vibes soon. I can see it coming. Oh, see, I have this one that's specifically 10. Not my day. Not my day, but that's okay. The day's almost over for me. You guys have a lovely day. My subpar day is almost over. I can't believe I'm actually excited for Monday. I'm like, oh yeah, fresh day. Try again. What? Okay. What do we got here? I also did the quizzes because not enough people were familiar with the DC comics to make them solely about that. Oh, okay. That's nice. That's inclusive. And I'm guessing after the quizzes, I like quizzes because even if I don't know the answer, I learn the answer. I mean, unless you didn't give the answer, but I've seen you give the answer. So they probably learn cool stuff about DC anyway. So that's cool. Yeah. Oh, I can tell I'm tired. I did, though. I went to a festival earlier in the day and I saw some of my students. They were doing like a cultural festival. So they had like some games set up and they were doing some art pieces. And they saw me and I saw them. And I had been in just a gruelingly terrible mood. And they saw me and like their faces light up. They're like, oh, come try it. Like their booth that they had set up. And I just like, it was like the contagious smile thing, but it was excitement. So like I felt excited. I'm like, oh, okay. And I forgot for a good solid like 2 hours that I was in a bad mood. It was so nice. So I'm excited because I'm going to work tomorrow because I get to see my students. They're in testing, but I get to go and check on them to like see how their tests are going. And I can talk to them in between tests and see like how they're doing and all of that. So they usually like the bit of chit chat in between because they just want to rest their brains. So I don't have to speak to them in English because I'm not in English class, and I can practice a bit of my Japanese and they can rest their brains kind of trying to understand my Japanese. So yeah, got about 10 seconds left. Also have future stuff planned. Nice. That's excellent. I wish I was better at pre-planning. I always had Draconathon figured out like a week or two before, and then, oh, we're heading into the next sprint. And then I would immediately after that just be like, oh, well, I have so much time until the next one, and would not plan anything until about 2 weeks before again. So appreciate a planner. Okay. Going into the last sprint, I'll put a banner up just because, sure, why not? Last sprint, I got it. Going into the last sprint, and then we'll check back in at the end, say our goodbyes, and then you guys can either float on to a different sprint or continue your day however you'd like. So yeah, let's go ahead and get going. I almost just closed all of the tabs. Please. We have 50 minutes. Okay, gonna get started. Let's go. Okay, hello. Welcome back. We just finished our last sprint. Go ahead and I guess I can just fully turn this off because, it's finished. It's so cute though. I'll just make it. Oh, well, that's not what I meant to do. But, well. I'll remove it. How did it go? How was your reading, your writing? I think I'm the only one who's mentioned that they're writing. But just in case I'm wrong or anyone else joined, how was reading or writing or whatever you decided to do? I got 700 words exactly on the dot. So pretty okay with that. That actually surprised me considering the last one I thought was a lot more and this one I thought was a lot less. So it just tells me I have zero understanding of how much my writing is until I click and scroll and actually highlight and am told. So yeah, how was the sprints for you guys? And I'll go ahead and close my YouTube out because I don't need it anymore. There we go. Oh. I also realized that in my first draft of my second book, I had jumped straight into a different season. Like I went very far into the future. When I actually, in the second draft, I didn't really think about it. I just knew I needed to go into winter because there were some things that needed to be established right away. Some fallout from book one that just needed to be talked about before it had been so long that they wouldn't naturally be talking about it anymore. And as I read my first draft, I realized that I just jumped straight into summer and none of it makes sense. So that's going to be fun to follow along. I think I'm definitely going to follow what I'm doing now, though, because it makes a lot more sense for me. But when I was clicking back and forth, I had no idea what was going on. So some reading done. Nice. Great. Very cool. I also had to get into, I was writing one of my characters and I always listen to, because if I'm ever in his head, he has such a very distinct way of like thinking and feeling than a lot of my other characters. Like I need to make sure that he has a certain tone to him. I always listen to Tenacious D's Friendship before I write his character. So I was jamming out to that at the beginning of this sprint, and now it's stuck in my head. But if you've never heard Tenacious D's Friendship, it's a doozy. It's a good one. I mean, I actually really like Tenacious D, like as a band, even though I know a lot of their songs are satire. Like I truly think that he's a skilled musician and it's a very catchy song. But I always listen to the song before I have this character's POV just because it's such a funny transition and tone. But it's just like who he is, so it just works and makes so much sense. And one of the lyrics actually makes too much sense. So yeah, I'm kind of jamming out to Friendship is Rare in my head right now. Let's see. Okay. All right. Well, I am incredibly tired. I wanted this day to end around the time that it started. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live and end my night. Very excited for it. Oh, wait. I'm seeing Pick of Destiny. I even watched the movie Pick of Destiny, preaching to the choir here. Fantastic. That's all I want to do. Is preach to the choir when it comes to Tenacious D. I fucking love that movie. I know. Well, like you said, I'm preaching to the choir. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. Like it's just one of those things where it is the right amount of like camp and skill where you can't get past the fact that you're dealing with someone who is truly like master of their craft, and because they're master of their craft, they decided to make Tenacious D and just have as much fun as humanly possible, which I just love. Yeah, yes, it really is just fantastic. every little bit of it's fantastic. Yeah, masterpiece. We are on the same page. We are preaching. Yep, good. Well, I'm gonna fall asleep with that song in my head, and I'm going to hopefully just wake up in a better mood, better spirits. And I appreciate everyone who stayed and stuck around. Thanks, Captain, for talking to me. Even though I essentially I just feel like an absolute buzzkill. I appreciated it. So okay. I hope the rest of you all have a good day. I'm gonna have a better tomorrow, and I'll see you guys in the next sprint. My community tab, really quickly before I forget, so I'm kind of staying professional. My community tab has my sprint schedule. We are doing sprints, we being just me as a singular person, are doing sprints next weekend and all the way through November. And those ones are a bit longer coming up. This was a shorter sprint, but I have longer ones in the future. So hope to see you there. I think that's all that I have for you. Yeah. Okay. Have a good day or good night, everyone. Thank you for coming. Bye.